Hello everyone, I'm back again with Say the Princess. So, this will be the last episode, at least for a while. Because today, we're gonna see the endings. So, sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you at the cabin. So, I needed to do one of the routes, I needed to a random route, just so I get to the ending.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me, we've been here before and you always get
But
scared.
it feels so bad. Like looking into it right, it's going to do something to us. I can feel it. You don't need to comfort them. Okay. If you say so. I trust you. So, this is all going to work out. Whatever makes you happy.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach for it. You're gone once again. The mirror always makes a move, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
No idea. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you.
What do you mean by that?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
What does that mean? If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm a god? I don't know how to interpret that. Make the world of death. What does that mean? What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. but an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Well, of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant? Or a slice of soggy bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Right, because I'm a god. That's weird. I mean, it would explain all the unkillable thing that I have going on. You've called this place a construct. What is it supposed to do?
It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. And it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
I mean, if you didn't tell me I'm a god, maybe it would still work. Okay. There was one I wanted to ask you. The people out there, beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
So that's where you said it would be the end of the world.
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I'm pretty sure death is good. Actually. Important even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Well... Huh. I guess. How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
I don't know. I hated the narrator. But somehow seeing him like this makes me feel empathetic. But then again, I don't really want to say the princess. I don't know what to say. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I I've said my piece, and my time's up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Yeah. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself in newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is... Yeah, wait, this place was referred to as the Long Quiet. So this entire place is me? Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I barely know who you are. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I guess. Yeah, the entire game. I've always reacted. I've always reacted. I never took the initiative. Because the narrator tells me what to do. I either do it or don't.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Yeah, you want to change, I think.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you have a say in all of this? Or is this all falling to me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Is a vehicle, and to destroy the flesh is to destroy the spirit. With violence
Why am I seeing things? What? From her perspective. Huh.
Resist my violence, but it overcame you. Did you understand the flesh wasn't you? Or did you choose to gift yourself to something more cheaply than you? The fear needs to fear losing the flesh. The flesh is not the spirit.
Okay. Okay, hold on. That's pretty... Address this vessel's statement directly. I helped you out of fear, and I'm not afraid of you anymore. That is why I resist you now.
And yet there is no reason to resist me beyond fear and delusion.
Wait a minute.
If you aren't afraid of me, why would you resist me? Why would you force the rest of the world to resist me too? A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I think we should address the statements directly. Of course, I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
Oh, it's here.
Few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Oh, I don't know what to say. But Moment of Clarity was such a good route. I don't know what to say. Thank you for sharing yourself.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me.
I just realized that I have all the spectral... yes, I have all the ghost princesses. God damn, I'm a bad person.
Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be, preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I deserved what you did to me. Yeah, I genuinely feel bad for doing burn graves with them, so yeah, I deserved what you did to me.
There is no deserve, no punishment, no retribution. There's only action and reaction. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
Honestly, this is a great sequence because it like kind of shows all the concepts, like puts you into the feels because this is all that you did. This shows who you really are.
You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
It was beautiful, like a world without death.
It was. Triumph does not exist without defeat. Birth does not exist without death. It is through conflict that we create beauty.
As the clash between you and Bates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in, when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
No shot. No shot. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Huh. Okay. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Oh. It shows regaining detail.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I like that, for all the time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Wait! I just realized the mirror was the narrator, wasn't it? That's why he couldn't see us, because that's why he couldn't see the mirror, because he was the mirror. Holy hell.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
It's funny. After everything he put us through, kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
I guess we need the blade. Give us more options.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Okay. Great minds think alike. Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Like it was yesterday.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I think that's a good option. Sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you're out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
You don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
Not the main theme.
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
No. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to suffer and die?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Yeah, it's still the same things I said, I know. Huh. Yep. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Yes. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know.
but odds are we've probably done it before.
Or is replaying the game canonical? How do you know that things won't get worse? What if when I make my way back here I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
We have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something's going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
I'm gonna quick save. Okay then, let's do it. I believe in us. Agree to her plan.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, see you on the other side.
She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Oh, I love how he says our hand. Well, the narrator said your hand specifically. Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Wait, did you just start a new save? What happened? What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Huh? Okay, hold on. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, that's cool. We are back here. And I have a couple options. Let's say, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Slay the princess.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you the princess being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
For better or worse. No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. the stairs, and then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Very quiet. The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place, the fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation in your limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled, and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. Is that the sun? And then the shadow. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
I miss them. I miss those guys.
We really did win, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
Yeah, that was unexpected.
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive stopped. I could get used to this.
I'm so glad to see these guys happy.
That wasn't very hard at all.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
I haven't heard from Smith in a long, long time. I genuinely, wow. Yeah, it makes sense that he would be the only one that's upset like this.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Yep.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay, so we're back here just so I can ask the narrator like a bit of the different questions, because there was a lot. I'm not gonna cover all of them, just other ones.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
Approach. Let's. I'm gonna. Yeah, skip it.
I think you know what I am.
I I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself? For all this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Okay. I was made to do this single task? Who made me? What am I?
You're the long quiet.
Okay.
The god I made
The
to
same
rid
answer.
the world
Okay.
of death.
If you want me to slay her, I need to know what she actually is.
She is the shifting
Yeah,
land,
okay, same there.
so I tucked a part of myself. It seems that every...
Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times.
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is given them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Huh, that's funny. It's the same answer as before, but she sounds more angry, and I think that is because the highlighted text was us, which I probably like interpreting this as he thinks that we're selfish, while the previous question I asked highlighted them as the people, so he probably thought of me more as selfish, which was angry. Makes sense, makes sense. If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
He really does hate me. I think you're of time.
So I am. And so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Yep. Okay, so that was more questions. I'm not gonna cover all of them as I said, because there's a lot. And honestly, I don't remember which ones they asked, which one I haven't. I just kinda eyeballed it. Okay, so we can do this a little bit different too. I guess. I've missed you too. If nothing changes, then I won't put it in the video. I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us.
I think I'm just gonna skip forward. Then we'll have to listen to it.
My very nature is paradox.
Okay, so I guess I can skip. Let's reject her authority. Let's reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here.
What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. I only want to help you. You can vainly struggle against me, or you can follow the rhythm of our movement and find our freedom.
A thought is a wine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
You reject her, continue to reject her authority. You use all these pretentious metaphors and pretend you're making grand proclamations about who I am and who you are, but really, you ain't saying much of anything.
If my words feel meaningless, it's because words are meaningless. If it feels as though I lecture you from above, it is merely because you have refused to climb after me and find where you belong.
More terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Continues to reject her authority. Almost best an option. It doesn't even matter what I say to you, because you're just going to keep telling me your perspective like it's some universal truth.
The only universal truth is that there are no universal truths. There is only you and me, existing in relation to the other. And I will not stop our dance until you understand. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. Preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
Continue to extract for it was so much better when I was with your vessels. Even at their worst, they all still heard me.
They are mere fragments of a whole. They bought into delusion because none of them were able to see past themselves. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
I don't know what you are, but you aren't any of them. You're just something wearing their skin.
You cling to things that never truly existed. If it takes all of eternity to break your grip on petty, fickle, fleeting selves, both mine and yours, then I will break it.
Okay, some dialogue.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you. I'm gonna quick save before that, just in case. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist.
Even now you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of eternity to break your delusion, I will still break it.
Well, I mean, we're both gods, so even out the playing field, you know?
You don't have to face her alone.
Man, I What? I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Say nothing.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Okay. The humor in this game is something just great. I love this game so much. Please buy it.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy.
Yikes. Sorry.
But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
What if I just don't? Yeah, take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Wait, will he talk about the blade once they've taken it?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah?
No.
There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
But he really is bad at describing. Holy
There's
hell.
no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're going to need that blade.
Wait, I just realized that the narrator actually says if you want to see this through, you need the blade if you want to see this through. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just enter the basement. Because
The stairs. Do you remember the first time?
I'm gonna.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
We already talked, so let's just slay her without saying anything. Wait, no. Yeah, we already talked. No, let's save it for first. Yeah, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options are there.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife,
Okay,
so
let's
how
skip
about we
forward
figure...
to that. Yeah. And without saying anything, let's just slay her.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
Yep.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out.
This still hits me in the feels. I don't.
Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah, okay, let's skip that then. No, she's not.
Then we did what we set out to do. Come on, let's get going. We don't need to linger down here anymore.
Because the dialogue, because, you know, they hate me now. The hero himself said that, so I hope that it will be a bit different.
It's quiet here.
We've seen this all already, so I'm just gonna skip forward.
We didn't forget what you told us.
Okay, it is different.
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death.
We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer.
Yikes.
We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules.
I like how they say similar things, but different.
You should never make assumptions about things you don't know. Like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good.
I mean, you're just the voices, what can you do, right?
Torturer. And to think I thought we could rely on you. Can't even trust ourselves.
Huh.
This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation. There's no good ending for you.
You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to die was funny.
I think he's gonna do a 180.
I'm not sure they agree with you. Voices get around. Knives out, boys. It's time to get to work.
You're just voices, what are you gonna do? A new unending dawn and everyone hates you. Slay the princess and make some enemies along the way. That's the achievement I got for that. Okay. So, I think there is one more ending, and that is just becoming a god with the princess. So I'll see you there. Okay, we're back, and I think that's where it should be. I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Okay, I guess it was too late. I'm gonna... Okay. Wait. Oh, I just realized. What if we don't take the blade? What if we don't take the blade? Because that gives us different options. Okay? It's a good thing I quick saved here. Yeah, so first, we're gonna do that same thing again. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
I found voices running around here.
Apparently that's not true, but we can worry about it later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
No.
Too bad. We're going. Now.
Okay, makes sense.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy.
Oh yeah, that is the quick save from being evil. Crap.
But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
Let's just enter the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different.
Wait, so it is different depending what princess you get first? I'm not gonna replay the entire thing. Just so I can get the footage of that. I'm sorry guys, but no. I can't commit to that. When the Pristine Cut comes out, the DLC, I might do that. Though, so.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. Don't have any other option. It's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
She's different. I'm sorry for all of the times I hurt you.
The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize.
So, this is a random dialogue option. And it's different based on what princess you get first. That's crazy.
We both went a little overboard. But there's no reason we can't put it all behind us.
This game has such attention to detail. Oh my god.
You know, when she puts it like that...
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Huh. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that?
Right.
And as for you, well, hero works for me.
Oh no.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit.
That is true. That is very true.
Just like this cabin.
Huh. I just realized she's not chained up. I just noticed that detail. Huh. Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you.
Yeah, we know what happens.
And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
Yep, it is plenty just being us. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Don't know. Like, take your hand in yours. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're together. Leaving together. That's all I want.
You know what? Yeah, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Good luck up there. Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence in words and noisy fonts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet, she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh man.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Oh. And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. I think this is the last ending. I'm unsure. But okay, I'm ready to go. But how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from inside the mission, and you feel a sensation in names you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled, and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Oh. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Hey, that's what we saw in the wild. Yeah, it's grass. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Okay, so that was the game. I think that's the last ending. I'm gonna talk about this game for now. So, Slay the Princess has been an experience. I've not played this game blind. I'm gonna get that off my chest. I watched a playthrough before, and so but I really wanted to support the devs, so I decided to buy it, and I was like, why not put it on my channel? Just why not? And just this is great. This has been an experience, because even though I've watched most of the like a huge chunk of the content in this game, playing it for myself was different. It made me feel like those were my choices, like it was my story, like it was my perspectives, and this story is beautiful. Not to mention, and on the topic of beautiful, the art in this game is absolutely magnificent. That's one of the huge reasons I also love this game. This game will forever be in my top 5 games of all time. And I know it will. This is an immaculate written story with twisting paths and many branches. And I think that everyone should experience it. Because this is unique. It's a story you can interpret in so many ways. Yes, the game tells you that it is a love story, but as you can see with the unending dawn endings, it doesn't need to. You can form your own thoughts on change and stagnation, on what is right and wrong, and that's what makes this great. There is a meaning hidden in it, and finding that meaning depends on your perception. I love this game. I love the soundtrack. I love the visuals. I love the studio. And I cannot say this enough, but you should buy this game. I'm not gonna lie, you should buy this game. This game is one of my will mean so much to me always. Because not only this was one of the first games I played on my channel, and one of the first games that made my channel get any sort of traction, I guess. Like 45 views, like 30 views per video. But aside from that, the story itself is so good. It's so well written. The princesses are amazing characters. The voices, I love hearing them bicker amongst themselves. I loved hearing new voices. And I don't think there will ever be anything, at least for as long as I am alive, I don't think there will be a story that is better written. Like a new story that happens that is written better than this. And I wanted to say thank you for the creators. The creators of Slay the Princess have no clue on who I am. I know they know. I'm just some nobody with 27 subscribers, but that doesn't matter. I wanted to thank them for creating this game and showing such a beautiful story to so many people out there. But there's more people I want to thank, and the person I want to thank is you. Yeah, you. On the other side of the screen. If you're hearing this, if you made it this far in the entire series, this means so much. I know, my channel is barely anything, but if you're hearing this, just simply the fact that you hear what I say means so much. It will always mean so much to me. Because this channel thing was a dream of mine for such a long time. And I know I shouldn't cry, but because it's barely anything of a channel. But if there is really anybody who was willing to watch from the beginning of the series up to the very last words I have on it, if you're listening, I want to say that thank you, and I might probably make it far with this channel, all because of you, and because of your views, and because of who you are. Just thanks a lot. But that is gonna be it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, because I did a lot, and I guess we won't be seeing the cabin for a long time. So I'll see you on the flip side.